One, I'll call the infrastructure meeting to order. Notice the meeting was properly posted on July the 6th. All three districts are present. Item one is to approve the minutes of June 26th.
I'll move the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I will abstain. I wasn't here. Or so the minutes say. All right. Two is an update on the courthouse elevator project. Is there a motion to receive?
So moved.
We're on schedule, sometime November or December to have the third passenger elevator completed and in service.
All right. Thanks, Keith. There was a motion and a second to receive. All in favor?
Aye.
Three is an update on the TIF 2 and 2A budget. Stace?
Yeah, on the TIF 2A, that's a $5 million agreement with the city. We haven't really got started on that. But I'd like to switch some projects out. We've talked about this a little bit before. The annex elevators and the new front entrance are funded by ARPA. So we might remove those from the TIF list and add some other projects in. Maybe the courthouse elevators would be my first suggestion. And then that 11th floor egress in the courthouse. We have it designed, but we don't really have any construction money for it. That needs to happen. And then there's some fire alarm upgrades in this building. So if we were to switch those projects out and get a new agreement with the city, that'd be my recommendation.
Stace, that's a good idea. Could you put a list together, those three things that you just mentioned, and maybe some other possibilities with some dollars associated, and bring back to the next meeting so we could just have a look-see? Is that possible?
Well, it's possible, but
Any questions of Stacy? All right, is there a motion?
So moved to receive his report.
And a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Stacy. Four is a discussion on our capital improvements list.
no changes.
Okay, any questions? Otherwise, no action. Okay. Five is our ARPA project list.
I don't have anything, but the owner's rep's here, and there's another item for them to discuss these projects more thoroughly with you.
Okay. Is there anything on item five that you all want to discuss? Otherwise, we'll do a no action and go to six and hear from our owner's rep.
That works.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Item six is to receive an update from our owner's rep on our ARPA projects. Good morning.
Good morning. First on the elevator projects, the design team has been selected and that process of contracts are moving forward. Juvenile justice, again, the lobby is going to be out for bid, I understand, in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Last time I talked to purchasing, they were still working with you to clear the plans.
Yeah, with the architect. We just have to make a few contractual changes and engage the architect for the bidding process. So currently, it's been a while since the architect's been engaged. We need to re-engage the architect to be able to answer questions and make amendments during the bidding process. Court, fourth floor. Obviously, there's a lot of discussions, and we're just monitoring the meetings and the design. And when it gets into our court, we'll be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the pavilions under feasibility, probably I don't think that's going to go forward. Sheriff's office in Midwest City in the fall. Clerks, we do have updated plans and they're being reviewed by staff and White. Third floor purchasing, They're on schedule for phase one. The framing, electrical, they're in process, and so they're doing quite well. Go down to drainage and culvert, we're monitoring that. They're probably over 300 sites at this point. Juvenile justice roof still is in the same status. We're gonna get with Stacy and understand the submittal process and try to get that moving forward.
Well, we purchased that off state contract.
Right.
The contractor's lined up and in the queue, but I'll probably getting a lot of delays from this rain and
Right.
can't get here.
Camera
Can I ask a
secure,
question on the drainage and culvert
yes.
inventory? So you said over 300, and will we max out that number, or will we just go until we have maxed out the number, or how will that play out with the money?
I think there's a fixed fee.
Right.
And so once they get complete, then they'll have the entire,
So that, will the fee cover the entire?
that's my understanding.
Well, we estimated the number of culverts because we do not know at
Right.
1,700. And so when we get, hopefully we're finished before we get there.
That's what I was asking.
But if we go over 1,700, we'll have to do a contract amendment and to pick up the rest.
The preliminary information I received from the contractor was they thought it would be less than 1,700.
Okay,
But, you know, that's where I'm at right
great,
now.
thank you.
Camera security, do want to report on Thursday after this meeting was after these notes were posted, we did receive our submittals and layouts, and we're reviewing those right now. Again, elevators, design team selected, going through the contract process, and same thing with behavioral health service facility, that design team is selected.
If you don't mind, maybe Stacy, you're Mr. White, couple of things that aren't on this list. The 4 projects that were originally intended to be subrecipient agreements with the jail, where are we at on those?
Well, we're gonna have to add them now to the list since the commissioners took them back over, that we're having to go back to the beginning
Right.
and select a engineer or architect to perform those projects.
And are we close? I forgot where we're at in terms of a time frame on getting that
Purchasing
out and
is,
going and,
it's in their court right now to get the selection of the new engineer architect
Okay.
in place. Not sure where they're at on that, but it's high priority for
but
them.
we're still moving along. Okay, all right, and you'll add those then to this list, okay?
Yes.
All right, any other questions or comments? All right, is there a motion to receive the report?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and item 7 is an update from Stacy regarding the Citizens Oversight Board.
Been doing a lot of work on HOK's contract, getting close on that. Hopefully they'll make a recommendation this week. They meet on the 7th or the Thursday. We've got the RFQ for the CM at risk, pretty much completed. Not ready to go out on the street with it yet, but just it's ready to go. And they continue to vet the sites. That's where most of their focus is right now. Okay. Looking at all the sites and trying to rank them and prioritize them to bring to the BOCC.
All right.
I anticipate maybe the 1st of August they might start bringing that.
Okay, any questions for Stacy?
Move to receive the report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Is there any citizens' participation, board comments? Charles? None. Don?
No, thank you.
None here. Any new business? Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, give us a second, and we'll switch. Everybody in?
I think I'm joining now. Okay, thanks.
We gotta wait 4 minutes, right? Is it 10:15? Yeah, okay. PBA advisory to order. Notice the meeting was properly posted on July the 6th. Item 1 is to approve our minutes.
I'll move the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm going to abstain. Okay, items 2 and 3 are duplicates, so we'll get an update on item 2 and then strike item 3. So it's the ICB exterior envelope
So
project.
we've begun interviews with architects who had responded. There's a little out-of-box thinking from those who come abroad, and great response from a local architect here. So I think we'll have some options and a plan moving forward soon.
Time frame on selection and
I'd say we could select probably within the next week and a half.
Okay.
2 weeks.
all right. Thank you very much. Is there a motion to receive that update?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now is there a motion to strike item 3?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 4 is discussion possible action regarding our ARPA capital projects, not Apple. Ooh.
One thing, we'll have to add the move of the DA to the investors capital into the subrecipient agreement. Other than that, I'll have nothing. We'll let the owner's rep make his report.
And you can do that once the BOCC gives final blessing. Yeah.
You'll find those agenda items on both the BOCC and the PBA agendas next.
All righty. Okay. Motion to receive.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
5 is discussion action, possible action needed to relocate the DA's office and related operations from the 5th floor of the annex to the ICB. I think P&G, Charles, dealt with this. Do we?
Yeah, I
Need
think
to do
Keith,
anything here?
unless Keith has anything to report, I would move to strike that. Keith, do you have anything?
I don't think so. I think, again, this can be discussed at the next PBA and BOCC meeting.
Okay, there's a motion to strike.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
6 is an update regarding the architectural design at Kraus.
This is going to be an exciting presentation, and our architects are here to give you a slideshow. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jacob Beebe with HMM Architects. So, what's the best way to do this? Use this click through. All right, apologize in advance. This is the long version, but I'm going to make it the short version. So I'm gonna be moving at a bit of a pace here. So we've just recently met with both the Sheriff's Office and Emergency Management on Friday to give this presentation, and this is kind of where we are currently with some preliminary proposed plans. So that's just a quick timeline update. You know, we're about 2 weeks into an issue SD. We're interviewing construction managers next week, and you know, hope to get some high-level preliminary pricing at that point, kind of within the next month or so, I would say. Site plan, existing site plan. I'm gonna move through here to the kind of where we landed on Friday was a version like this that gets the new public entry up off the northwest corner, and then has more kind of enclosed secure parking for the Sheriff's Office and Emergency Management around kind of in those blue shades to the south and to the east.
So on
Yep.
that,
Yep.
that the plan is then to go ahead and build a new drive up that grade and cut through that rock and all of that.
Yes, that is the plan.
It's not possible to utilize the existing drive. I know they're the secure entrance, but move some of the fencing.
I mean, it is possible. It's just I think it further muddies kind of the issues that you're dealing with currently of coming into the back of the building as a public entry, and where do you go?
Right, I understand that, but
This isn't too bad. It gets flatter, is what I'm saying.
well, depending on how far you go, so, okay.
Also, Joe, you have a concentration of utilities in this corridor.
This corridor being the King corridor? I couldn't see where you're pointing, Keith, I'm sorry.
That's the that's the main entrance now. So there's, again, a concentration of utilities located in that area.
Right, I'm just trying to be mindful of potential cost savings, and with the existing access, I understand the public would have to follow a little bit of signage, but not knowing what that might cost. But I think where we can be mindful of cost, we need to. So perhaps cost estimates to utilize the existing means of access and a cost estimate to build the new drive, because there is rock there. My superintendent and I were out there.
Okay.
Where did you say there was a utility issue?
So on the south of the plan there where the blue arrow is, there's utilities kind of running up that. Yes,
Okay.
there. That's where the overhead power lines are, and most of the utilities kind of coming into the site. You know, you've got your chiller and generator off the back of the building in that area, so that's infrastructure.
Okay, if you'll just be mindful
Yes.
and
Yep.
give us some options. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you. So then moving into the little zoomed in view of the floor plan. So this is the what we refer to as Building A and Building B, where the sheriff's office currently is. This is just the existing floor plan, and I'm going to move through these at a bit pace to kind of get to the end here. We built these up with the department. So this being the proposed first floor plan, which comes in, you know, at the existing entry off of the west, but reimagining that. We have some images at the end here to show what we think that could look like, with some strategic thinking. And so again, this gets their current departments as well as, you know, some of the kind of spaces and things that would help them to work more efficiently. I'm going to move up to the to the second floor. So this is the existing second floor of both those buildings, which are currently unused outside of the mechanical penthouse, kind of in the middle of building B off to your right there. This being how we would propose to rework that. Again, flip through here to kind of, whoops, sorry. So getting some of the more of the sheriff's departments in these. One small point is you'll notice off to your right in building B there, kind of the diagonal lines. There are portions of the building and of the plan, you know, there's quite a bit of area, right? So we're nominally showing that as potential future things we've discussed with Stacy are, you know, the continuity of operations for the county and things of that sort. So then the basement, which currently houses the evidence locker for the sheriff's office, and then the plan is for that south wing of it to be the secondary emergency operations center, and potentially some redundant things for Oklahoma County as well. And then moving on to the emergency management building, which is just south of where we were. So this is the existing building, the brick building. They're currently using, you know, for vehicle storage mostly. This would be the proposed plan where you would build the new emergency operations center, the ICC 500 rated shelter off to the south, and a new entry into that building from the south, as well as a new pull-through vehicle storage bay on the east end of the building. And then this is just some of the commentary and feedback we'd received from emergency management. Then going into the images. So this is existing aerial image, right? Looking from the southwest. This is what that could be envisioned as. You note some of the new building kind of highlighted in blue around emergency management. There's potential for covered parking, which is has been asked for, as well as that new entry moment with the berm, and really announcing the public face of the building from the existing west facade. Turning around, this is the aerial from the looking down from the southeast. Southeast. A little bit more focus on the emergency management building. Again, those newer elements highlighted in blue, and we're still pushing and pulling on these things. It's nothing is set in stone, but it's the where it starts to head. This is a view from the parking lot with the existing retaining wall, looking at that west facade and how we start to imagine the potential to open this up, bring in a more again, keep saying this idea of a new public entry into that building, And I think this is, with the just focusing on that kind of center bay of how people come in and enter in, this new landscaping, and things of that nature. This, as you come into that space now, currently, there's that stair, kind of a dark, dim space, not incredibly inviting. Um, we think the potential to remove that stair, open it up, and then kind of push the line of the secure line of badge access back just a little bit, and thinking how there's an opportunity for display of the rich history of the department, and things of that nature, and then turning back and looking out to the entry that you've just come in. So that's the whistle stop tour.
Using a singular elevator and the cost savings.
Yes, I'm gonna jump back fast here. So I did, thank you, Keith. I skipped over that. So the intent here is, well, I'll start from the basement. So you'll notice in the bottom left corner of that plan, the little X, that is where we propose the elevator to come in. So it brings access down to the basement. You can create a new little lobby of secure access at the point which you could go north into the evidence storage for the sheriff's office, or go to the right there to get into the secondary EOC. I'm going to go back to the first floor plan to show how that. So then that is laser's not really pointing up there, but sort of in that same little knuckle between the two existing buildings, essentially, is where we're proposing that new elevator. So you have this new entry moment, kind of from the south, for the secure staff parking coming in, and you can enter that elevator from the south at level 1 here. And then as it comes up to level 2, it provides the opportunity to open out to the north, because the second floor of both of these buildings are about 30-inch difference. So the intent there is that the building on your left, building A, that is the higher level, and the building on the right is the lower level. So by positioning it in this one spot, we're able to get access to all levels, and with one elevator.
Is the elevator location on the exterior of the existing structure?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, so I think
That's fine. That's what I was seeing. Okay.
yeah, I think I've got one more view that I think can show that a little bit better in these images. So right
there.
here is that blue kind of between the existing buildings, right? So it's outboard of the existing exterior wall, but there would be a portion, obviously, that you'd have to come up over onto the roof of building B.
At the very beginning, did you have anticipated timing? Did you have a schedule set out?
Yes. So we're in the schematic design phase right now. So that is, right, that dashed red line, that's where we are. So we are, as I mentioned, we're working with Stacy to interview the construction managers next week, and then we will issue our schematic design package, which will consist of what you're seeing here, with a little bit further development, trying to take in the feedback that we received on Friday. And then the intent is that the contractor would have the opportunity at that point to take that package, get some high level pricing, then we can all kind of understand where we are and move forward from there into the next design development phase and progress it. So, Joe, to your point about kind of these options of things, right? We're very conscious of, it's this, what we're showing is the kind of what we think is the best, right? But there obviously will be kind of this menu, if you will, of things to choose from. when we start getting into it.
At what point should Stacy, the PBA themselves see this and give the final nod?
I think just right before they want to submit those schematics as a deliverable, we need to probably get the PBA comments, and then they can finish the schematics based on those comments and make that a deliverable package. So
That's the point at which we'll have a much better idea of the cost, correct?
well, it's actually going to be a little ahead of that. But
An informed decision for the PBA to go in eyes wide open what potential costs might be. We'll have some good guesstimates, I guess is what I'm asking.
yeah, the pricing will get better and better as the contractor gets more into it, but we'll have some better numbers than we have today.
And then as you all are designing all of this, is it a fair assumption to say that it could also be done so that it could be done in phases if the money's not available to do it all at once, or
Yes, we're conscious of
so
that.
you can provide PBA with all that?
Yes.
Okay, that's it for me. Is there a motion to receive? And
So moved.
Have
You're-
you provided you have a hard copy of that presentation we can give to the clerk?
Yes, please.
I don't have one with me, hard copy today, but I can. Okay.
Pardon, you did? Okay.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there a motion to receive that update?
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 7 is an item I placed on related to the issuance of bonds. There's really no new developments. Council's continuing to look and kind of look at the numbers to see what may be feasible if that were not an option that the PBA would choose. So I don't have anything that. So unless you have questions, we'll do no action. 8 is an update from the owner's rep on the PBA ARPA projects. Hello again.
Hello. Again, as emergency ops, obviously the design's progressed quite a bit. We're also working with Jacob and have discussed cost information with him as we do a lot of cost evaluation and peer evaluation for cost. And so we're working together with as a team.
Thank you.
Again, the contractor selection interviews are the 17th. And then a selection will be made, and we'll work hand in hand with the CM at risk on their cost appraisal. Elevator, again, the design team selection is complete for all the elevators. Security system, we have received the submittals, and we're progressing there. I see no other items. I think we're pretty comfortable with the schedule on each of these projects.
Okay. Any questions?
I'll move to receive report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Citizen participation, anybody? Board comments? Anyone?
No, thank you.
New business? Adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.